Hey, folks, I'm doing an experiment tonight. I'm not set up a background or anything for this. I'm just playing around with the go live function on YouTube. So yeah, I am Mark Radulich, and we have a official alternative commentary coming on later tonight for the ESPN fight Navarrete versus Valdez. But since I've got a free night to myself, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a solo, just screwing around, playing around with the live studio thing here for YouTube. Alternative commentary for Emmanuel Rodriguez, rather, versus Melvin Lopez. Because why not? I can do boxing by myself. I can Joey Styles this. Sure, why not? So this is on Showtime, Saturday, August 12th. The Showtime broadcast started at 9 o'clock. First two fights went by really fast. Like, I am surprised we're all here already. So we've got former world champion Emmanuel Rodriguez taking on Melvin Lopez for the vacant IBF Bantamweight World Championship. Both men weighed in at 118 pounds. Melvin Lopez has bit of a reach advantage on Emmanuel Rodriguez, about 2 inches. Both fight orthodox. Melvin Lopez coming in younger, 25 years old, to Emmanuel Rodriguez is 31. Emmanuel Rodriguez has a 21-2-0 record versus Melvin Lopez's 29-1-0. 13 KOs for Emmanuel Rodriguez and 19 for Melvin Lopez, which is weird because Emmanuel Rodriguez is the A side to this, as opposed to Melvin Lopez's B side. But I feel like Melvin Lopez, just looking at the stats, has the advantage over Mr. Rodriguez. If you're watching, if you happen to catch this as I'm doing it, like I said, I'm just here for, shits and giggles. Go ahead and join me in the chat. I will interact with you. Again, I'm doing this solo. I will have Robert Winfrey and hopefully Pat Mullen later to do the alternative commentary official for who's fighting later? Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez over on ESPN. But hey, it's showtime. That's what they say. Showtime, baby. So I wonder if I can put something in the background here. Nope, doesn't look like I can. This is what happens when you just screw around. You don't play with things for the first time. Because you get to see my green screen in the background, my fancy green screen. Yeah, like I said, I've never done this before, so I'm literally just doing this for the very first time and just kind of playing with the settings. All right. We are waiting for, they are in the ring right now. They are announcing Emmanuel Rodriguez. I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and put some more light on this so that it might be able to see me a little bit better. All right. So this is going to be like a YouTube exclusive for us because I don't think I'm going to put this up on the site proper or do like a proper podcast for it. This is me just playing in my chair, screwing around. All right, here we go. The fighters go to their opposite corners. We are ready to begin the Showtime main event, Premier Boxing Championships. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. All right. Final instructions, and the bell rings, and here we go. Both fighters take to the center of the ring. I almost said octagon. I'm tired. All right. First of 12 rounds here. Rodriguez versus Lopez. And Lopez is coming out jabbing fast. Rodriguez is patting him away. Rodriguez with the jab. Oh, big combination there from Melvin Lopez. Rodriguez go back to jabbing. Now he's trying to create some space, keep a bit of distance from Lopez. Lopez looking to capitalize on his earlier success. He is circling to the left, away. Right hook. Left to the body combination from Lopez. Lopez goes with a left to the body. Lopez sticking that jab out there. Not a whole lot behind it right now. Rodriguez looking to just pat it away. Rodriguez is trying to back Lopez into the corner. Goes for a combination. Misses. Lopez able to return fire and connect with a right hook. Rodriguez trying to stay poised and composed. Lopez looks a little tense in there. I think, he's a little excited. Started to see just seeing a little bit of success early on here and maybe thinking he can get away with an early victory tonight. And a left to the body from Lopez. Lopez tries with a double jab and gets nothing. You're down to the last 30 seconds of the round just about. I have to give this one to Melvin Lopez unless something happens big time here in the next 30 seconds. Oh, good. Good connection there from Rodriguez. Left hook there from Rodriguez. Just creates a lot of air, not a lot of impact. Oh, that one caught it. That one got Lopez right in the nose. Lopez doing a little less circling now, a little more planting. He's looking for those power shots. All right, round one. Definitely have to give that one to Melvin Lopez for this IBF title fight, this vacant bantamweight title fight. All right, Showtime Championship Boxing telling you that the keys to victory for Rodriguez are don't languish inside, use the uppercut, and land the straight right. And I would have to agree. If you are watching, trying to check out, what is he doing? What? This isn't the usual W2M type stuff. Go ahead and interact with me in the chat. Love to hear from you. See what your thoughts here on this fight. We've got Melvin Lopez versus Emmanuel Rodriguez. All right, we are back in the ring. And just as quickly we are stopped, because that's how this goes. All right. Here we go. Rodriguez takes the exact center of the ring. Melvin Lopez backing off just slightly. All right. Lopez nearly backs up straight into the ropes. He's got that right though working for him. Lopez does. Rodriguez can tend to kind of let Lopez throw a lot and see maybe if he can counter or maybe get his rhythm going and beat him to the punch. I'm just now realizing Lopez is fighting southpaw. Weird. I'll be doing that to throw off Rodriguez. All right, Lopez still working that right jab. Step in left from Rodriguez and up. Now we're in the phone booth and we're swinging leather. Just as quickly, Lopez steps out. That body punch might have been a little low. Oh, Lopez is tagged by Rodriguez. Rodriguez is now effectively cutting off the ring. He's pushing Lopez into the corner. Let's see if he keeps him there. Lopez still able to circle, but he's staying against the ropes. Let's see. He's back into the corner, skating along the ropes, and Rodriguez is letting him do it, but not without taking a few punches for good measure. Oh, good combination there from Rodriguez. Just opens fire on Lopez. Lopez covers up. Rodriguez gives him a breather. I think Rodriguez is right now not sweating Lopez's punches, so he's getting a little bit more aggressive. Big overhand right there from Lopez. Swing and a miss with the left hook from Rodriguez. Rodriguez, though, doing a lot better this round than he did in the first one. Down the last 10 seconds. Have to give this round to Emmanuel Rodriguez. And that is time for the second round. All right. If you were hanging out with me, like I said, I've never done the live YouTube thing before, so I'm just kind of experimenting. Maybe this turns out okay. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see what happens. If you're in the chat, if you happen to be watching, say hello. Let me know who you are. I'm happy to interact with you. I'm flying solo right now. Later on tonight on ESPN, we're going to be doing the Navarrete fight. It'll be me, Robert Winfrey, and Pat Mullen. The band is back together. But that's coming at you around midnight tonight. So since we have the Showtime fight going here, which started about 10 minutes ago, I figured, what the hell? I got nothing better to do on a Saturday night. Wife's out. Friends are out. Here with the kids. What better way for me to spend my time than with this IBF Bantamweight Championship on Showtime Championship Boxing? All right, back in here, round 3. And we pick up where we left off with Lopez going right into a corner. Rodriguez starts to back him up. A series of punches. Lopez is able to batter them away. Rodriguez digs into the midsection. He's got Lopez tight into that corner. Let's see if he can keep him there. Lopez maybe trying to circle away. Lopez content to just ride those ropes, which I think is an odd strategy. Because I'm not entirely certain he's putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Rodriguez, who from the second round into this third round has kind of owned the ring. That was a shot with the left hand from Rodriguez into what looked like Lopez's armpit. That was a good 1-2. Rodriguez hit him with the right to the head and then went to the body. Lopez tied up. Ref breaks him up. Rodriguez not landing like he should. He'll sit there and he'll throw a decent combination, but a lot of it Lopez is able to duck away, patter off, etc. Not quite making the heavy connections that he wants to. Rodriguez goes to the body with the right. Lopez ties him up. They break off. Lopez tries with a big left hook, doesn't get much. We're trading jabs. Rodriguez backs Lopez into the corner. Take a drink every time I say that tonight. Rodriguez effectively using his jab. Lopez seemingly has fallen off since the first round, seemingly not knowing what to do about it. Lopez looking a little dejected after that. Knows he's not done what he needs to do these past 2 rounds going into round 4. I'd like to see Rodriguez pick up the pace a little bit more. At this point, even though I think Lopez maybe gave it his all, a little too tentative for my liking. I feel like Lopez fell off rounds 2 and 3. That aggression wasn't there, too much on the ropes. I'd like to see him actually get a little braver this round. But if he doesn't, Rodriguez, I think, has plenty of room to continue to control the fight and maybe pick up the aggression a bit. Lopez looks a little befuddled in the corner. All right. We are into round 4. Rodriguez looking very calm in there, very composed, very loose. Lopez, a little bit tighter. The one thing about Rodriguez so far, like I said, is that he's having a little trouble finding the target. I would be curious to see what the punch stats look like, because I feel like he's thrown, since we're at the beginning of round 2, he's thrown more, but he's not landing as much. When he does land, though, he does some pretty good damage on Lopez. The other thing about it is that when he lands, he's landing a lot of lighter punches. They not a lot of power punches here, but definitely some stinging blows. Right hook, left hook. Lopez ducks underneath. Another duck under there from Lopez. Some side to side there from Lopez. Again, staying a little too tentative, a little too comfortable. Oh, good right hand there by Rodriguez. Finds the mark. Knocks Lopez's head back just a touch. Lopez tries to go for the body. Now Lopez is sort of walking into some of Rodriguez's punches. Like, Rodriguez is not throwing a lot of power, but he's definitely leaving some punches out there, and Lopez is kind of walking into him. Too much on the ropes, Lopez. Too much circling here. Rodriguez has your pace now. He has your rhythm. Big left hand there. Left hook from Rodriguez. Right hand from Rodriguez finds the mark. Snaps Lopez's neck back. Yeah, Lopez is starting to take some damage now. You can see it in his eyes. Rodriguez doing very good footwork, creating distance, making Lopez miss him. And now he's got the rhythm. He's getting a lot. Rodriguez is allowing Lopez to come in, dodge shots, and hitting and effectively countering. If you're just tuning in, we are watching Showtime Championship Boxing. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. And that is the end of round 4. We are awaiting the main event that the main event broadcast just started for ESPN Top Rank Boxing. We've got Torres Jr. versus Jake Jr. 6 oy vey. We got a knockdown here in the first round of 6 over on ESPN. I'm keeping an eye on that while I call the action here for Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez on Showtime Championship Boxing. Yeah, Jake Jr. just took a header off. And Torres Jr. is unloading. And we're done here. And down he goes. We just got hip tossed by the referee there. That's we're talking about ESPN boxing right here in between rounds. So there's not a lot of dead time. I'm by myself currently. I will have the whole band back together later this evening for Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez on Top Rank ESPN Boxing. We are back in the ring. Round 5 of 12. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. Showtime Championship Boxing for the vacant IBF Bantamweight Championship. Rodriguez still doing work. Chopping at Lopez. Pushing him back into that corner. Lopez has nothing for that. So, okay. Now, see, for round 5 here, Lopez is starting to pick up the pace again like he did in round 1. Being a little bit aggressive. He's not backing up into the ropes like he was. Let's see how Rodriguez responds. If you're just tuning in, come say hello to me. Put a comment in the chat. I'll be happy to respond to you once I see it. For those of you that don't know, I'm Mark Radulich. I'm the host of the Radulich and Broadcasting Network series of podcasts. We mostly do movies and TV shows, occasional metal albums. But hey, after a 1.5 year hiatus because I was busy being social, we're back doing alternative commentaries for live boxing. Got a doubleheader tonight. First, this Emmanuel Rodriguez, Melvin Lopez Showtime Championship Boxing match. And Rodriguez staying in the pocket with Lopez. He ain't going nowhere. He's not backing up. He's just walking him down, as they say in mixed martial arts. Big right hand from Rodriguez. Lopez fires back with another right. Oh, big right hook from Rodriguez. Lopez tried to step in, go for the body, caught himself right in the head. Rodriguez followed it up with a shot to the body. Lopez has got mud in his shoes right now. He ain't circling like he was. Rodriguez is 8. So now he's just hitting him. Picking his targets, hitting him whenever he wants. Lopez is not using his head movement. He's not moving like he was. It's going to be a short night for Lopez if he doesn't get his act together. He's going the distance. So, all right. Lopez has been leading with his head for most of this fight. He is now walking into punches. And Rodriguez is doing okay. He's doing the work. He's putting those punches out there, but he's not exactly swinging for the fences, and Lopez is just walking into him. That is the end of round 5. I got it. 4 rounds Rodriguez to 1 round Lopez. Lopez had that first round, but that's about it so far. Over on ESPN, your winner by TKO at 1 minute and 22 seconds of round 1, Richard Torres Jr. Yeah, if you're watching this and you haven't had a chance, go check out, if you've got ESPN Plus, a quick replay of this fight. It was pretty good for the 1 minute and 20 seconds that it took place. We used to do these almost every weekend before I became social. We did a lot of DAZN fights. We did a lot of Showtime. ESPN. Definitely covered the pay-per-views for the most part. We covered the entire Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury trilogy. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of doing these again, not be, out every single Saturday night of my life. Being social. All right, we are into round 6. Yeah, Rodriguez is now picking up the power punch. He just landed 2 good left hooks. I mean, and good for Melvin Lopez. He can take a punch. Short right hook there from Lopez. Every time he lunges for that body, Rodriguez it just pushes him away. He's got nothing for it. Good for Lopez, though. He's making Rodriguez miss him this round. Rodriguez wants to be consistent. Doesn't want to overdo it. Doesn't want to open himself too much because Lopez will wallop him if he does. All right, I'm starting to see a little vim and vigor from Melvin Lopez. A little pep in his step. Okay, big time combination there from Rodriguez. Right hook, left hook. Melvin Lopez just trying to find a way inside. Rodriguez is giving him nothing. All right, Rodriguez backs Lopez into the corner. Take a drink. He's sticking that jab right in Lopez's face, trying to open him up a bit. Rodriguez very content to work his counter punches. Very content to try to draw Lopez out just a bit. Make him miss, hit him with the counters. So going dead on at him straight away. Lopez, despite having the reach advantage, keeps lunging and not able to effectively make anything of his efforts against Rodriguez. Here's your problem, Lopez. Rodriguez sees you. Good right hand into the tie-up with Rodriguez. I don't like how Lopez keeps backing himself into the corner. Oh, that right hand landed, though. Rodriguez slides in, gets tied up. Ref breaks him up. Lopez trying to dance out of the corner. Rodriguez is cutting him off. All right, you have him backed into the corner a little. And that is the end of round 6. I think there's an argument for Melvin Lopez in that round, but equally, I think there's an argument for Rodriguez. I'm going to go ahead and give that one to Rodriguez. Though I like the effort on Lopez's part for round 6. We are going into round 7 here. Over on ESPN, they have a shot of the ring as we get ready for their next fight. The ring walks for Oscar Navarrete. Sorry, one more time. The ring walks for Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez theoretically should be at midnight. That's about when we're going to go live over on W2M and any number of our social media right here on YouTube, as a matter of fact. All right, so we have a friend here in the chat, says Rich Tabor, I need Rodriguez KO. Yeah, I would like to see a Rodriguez KO too. No fooling, pal. All right, here we go. We are round 7 of 12. Vacant IBF Bantamweight Championship. And Rodriguez has a little more pep in his step now. A little less mud in his shoe. Lopez trying to fight out of the corner. He's flicking those rights out there. Rodriguez is controlling the center of the ring still, as he has the entire fight. All right. Yeah, now see, he backed him up into that corner, and he started to wallop on him, and immediately he wasn't able to keep him in the corner like I wanted him to. See, this is where Rodriguez might do a little bit better, getting a little muscly with him, throwing a shoulder in there too. Steve Farhood's scorecard has it all 6 rounds, 60-54. Rodriguez over Lopez. I still say Lopez won that first round, but who might have fight City Hall? We have another friend with us in the chat, Mr. Jarek Mark Marecho. Thanks. I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't, but thanks for checking us out, pal. And he also wants a Rodriguez KO. What say we all? All right, we are a minute 20 seconds left of round 7, and it's a lot of the same workman's pace here. Lopez little fits and starts, but Rodriguez has been controlling the entire pace of this fight. Yeah, I have. Rich Tabor says, I'm listening to you while watching the Valdez fight on ESPN Plus. Yeah, I got it in reverse, pal. I got ESPN on my phone. I'm keeping an eye on it because that's when we officially go live with all my fancy backgrounds and whatnot. And I'll have my co-host with me, Mr. Robert Winfrey of 401mania.com, who does the written MMA coverage and does the 401 Ground and Pound radio show. All right, we got 40 seconds left of round 7. Lopez trying to jab himself some advantage. Not really working out for him. Rodriguez comes forward. 1-2 tie up. Ref breaks him up. Rodriguez is right back in the mix. Double jab there from Lopez. It's great that he likes the double jab and he likes to throw, and he's making somewhat effective use of it, but it's not really giving him the advantage that he wants. Problem is he throws that double jab, but there's no follow-up. Like, he's almost trying to, I feel like, intimidate Rodriguez, make Rodriguez change his game plan, make him shook. And it is not working out the way that Lopez wants it to. Not at all. Folks, if you're enjoying my impromptu punk rock solo Joey Styles podcast, go to 401. Go to W2Mnetwork.com. Check out any one of our older live coverages that we've done. We did a whole bunch before I went into semi-retirement last year. A lot of the ESPN stuff. We did Tyson Fury, Dillian White. Shit, I did the strongest, the heaviest heavyweight fight ever. The two strongmen guys that was on that weirdo pay-per-view. We covered that. We did the entire Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury trilogy. Did a bunch of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fights. So W2M Nets right here on this feed, as a matter of fact. And then stuff from my old feed, we're slowly but surely uploading. We did a bunch of boxing and UFC, the occasional blood sport. So go ahead and check that out if you're enjoying our coverage here tonight, this impromptu punk rock coverage. All right, we are in round 8 of 12, Showtime Championship Boxing. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. Lopez goes to the body, 1-2. It's not going to shake Rodriguez, though. He is cool as the other side of the pillow. Rodriguez backs him into the ropes again. All right, if we're going to keep doing this, you have to keep him in the corner. Like, he does it, and then he just sort of stares at him. And Melvin Lopez just skips merrily through the periwinkles every time. Steve Farhood, they're showing his card again, 70-63, all 7 rounds, 10-9 for Emmanuel Rodriguez. So far, he's got this thing all over on the scorecards. And at this point, in the year of our Lord, 2023, 8 or 12 rounds, Lopez needs to start taking some chances because he ain't winning on the scorecard. That much is certain. So maybe pick up the pace there, pal. Take a little chance. Stop. For the love of God, stop circling against the ropes like he's currently doing. Oof. Big right hand snaps that neck back again. This is why you're losing rounds, pal. Left hand nearly connects for Rodriguez. All right, Rodriguez is measuring Lopez. He's now looking like he wants to start landing some power punches. Like maybe he can put this thing away before round 12. And Lopez is not giving him any reason to doubt that. Well, the only thing that Lopez is doing effectively in these instances is tying up and impeding Rodriguez's momentum. So he can't go full on Donkey Kong here, but because Lopez keeps tying him up anytime he starts to get even a little more of an advantage with him. So looks like another round for Rodriguez as we get into the last 30 seconds here of round 8. Shot to the body. Ref says, hey, he's a little below the belt there, pal, Mr. Rodriguez. And I don't disagree. He punched him right in the mellow. All right. Rodriguez starting to open up a little bit. Bit of a combination there. Nope. Stops. He's got Lopez in the corner. He's not committing, though. This is the same thing I've been saying this entire fight. Another hook to the body, a little bit low. Not quite the great dick punch of whatever year that was between Riddick Bowe. But, we are getting a little below the belt here. We need to watch those punches, keep them above the belt. The replay there. Yeah, Rodriguez nailed him good in the corner and then took a break, stepped back, never quite got the momentum that he wanted. Over on ESPN, we've got Delgado versus Valtierra next. And then the WBO Junior Lightweight World Title. We brought to you live right here on W2Mnet, wherever you happen to be watching, whether it's on one of our Facebook pages or right here on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter. For those of you who watch fights on Twitter, we will be going live on all those platforms. But right now, right here, you're getting a little special treat that I just decided to do because I was bored. Figured I'm watching the Showtime fight. I would play around with the go live function for YouTube. This is the very first time I've ever done this. Also, the very first time I've ever done a solo alternative commentary. So if it sucks, I'm sorry. All right, round 9 of 12 of this Showtime Championship Boxing. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. They're running a package right now on ESPN. So if you're watching both fights, you ain't missing shit on ESPN. All right, here we go. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate you. He says I'm doing great. All right. Right hand ducks under does Lopez. I would love it if those hooks, those big power punches for Rodriguez found the mark more often than not. Big left hand there from Rodriguez. Tell you, when he hits those, though, man, he does knock his neck back. Lopez is going to be sore tomorrow, boy. Right hand finds the mark. Right hook there from Lopez. C. Farhead has it all round to Rodriguez. No surprise there. Rodriguez goes to the body against Lopez in the corner. All right, don't let him out of the corner. Another body shot. That one shook Lopez at the knees. Rodriguez couldn't follow up, and the ref broke him up, and we are back in the mix. Lopez might be losing his legs. Rodriguez needs to take advantage. Rodriguez looks as fresh now in round 9 as he did in rounds 1 and 2. Lopez looks a little shook, look a little weak in the knees. Rodriguez needs to press the advantage. Another big right hand snaps Lopez's neck back. That is the story of the fight, ladies and gentlemen. That straight right. Lopez has got nothing for it. All right, Rodriguez tries to step in. Lopez ties him up. They break off. We are back into our favorite corner. If you're hanging out in the chat with us, I see a few of you in there. Keep saying hello to me. I'll keep addressing you. It's great. I love to have conversation, meet new people. It's always fun to do these and see who tunes in and what they have to say. I tie up again. Oh, so I'm now just noticing Rodriguez, his right eye, not totally shut, but he has got a good size mouse on that eye. All right, that is the end of round 9. If you are enjoying my solo commentary tonight, wait till you hear me with my partners in crime, Robert Winfrey and Pat Mullen, who I've done years and years of boxing stuff with and mixed martial arts. We are putting the band back together tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be live across all social media platforms at about midnight-ish to cover the top-ranked ESPN fight. Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez. So please, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and join us for that as well. If you're going to stay up tonight and watch some boxing and you want to hear alternative commentary, you don't want to hear people yell bomb squad or mamma mia. You want to hear just, no cheerleading, just calling the action as we see it. Tune into that's why we started doing these. We got tired of the cheerleading that would go on in some of these boxing matches. Was less commentary than not. Round 10 in the year of our Lord 2023. We're starting off in the corner now. They just it's like watching a Broadway musical. They just walk right into the corner. That's where they're blocked to. Lopez is trying to find a home for that right. Rodriguez is beating him to the punch. You have done the same thing for successive rounds, Lopez. Yeah, I agree. Let's get a KO going here. You've got the power. You've got the touch, Rodriguez. That was from my man, Mauricio, there in the chat. Come on, get a KO. I agree. All right, no more cheerleading, though. That's not why I'm here. Okay. Good combination there from Rodriguez, and then a tie-up. They break up. I need Lopez to figure out a new strategy here. We are into round 10, and he's still up. They tie up, and they do a little two-step, and Rodriguez falls on his butt. Not a knockdown. Not a knockdown. The commentary team here on Showtime is talking about how Lopez has never been 12 rounds. Rodriguez has 3 times. And I think that's pretty evident. Rodriguez very comfortable here in round 10. Lopez still trying to figure things out. Fits and starts for Lopez. Fits and starts. It'll be interesting to see what his team comes up with when they watch tape of this back. All right, Rodriguez with a quick, fast combination in a hurry. Pushes him against the ropes. They get broken up. We are back in the center of the ring. Let's see how long they stay there. Judging by the last 9 rounds, not very long. Rodriguez goes to the body. He's able to do a short hook on the opposite side. Ooh, good left hand there by Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is now flicking that left out there. It's finding the target about 50% of the time. Lopez has got nothing for it. What I'd like to see him do is he's going to land that left, throw that left, do something with his right hand. Because I think Lopez is right there for it. All right, over on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, they are announcing Delgado 17-0 with 3 KOs. First 10-round fight of his career. So this is a big time fight here for him on Top Rank TV on ESPN. We'll see what he makes of his elusive TV time, his shot at the big time here on Top Rank Boxing. As we wait for round 11 to begin, we've got the referee giving final instructions over there on ESPN, and we are starting that fight right now. So I'll tune in and kind of give you a what's what as we're in between rounds here, what's left of the Showtime main event between Emmanuel Rodriguez and Melvin Lopez. Round 11. Here we go. IBF Bantamweight Championship. All right, Lopez still has a little bit of vim and vigor, a little bit of pep in his step. Right hand ties him up. Lopez, you got to ugly this up a bit, buddy. You need to throw some combinations here. Don't. At this point, you've so completely lost on the scorecard. This is where you have to step it up if you have any chance of maybe pulling a knockout out of your butt. Meanwhile, Rodriguez content to do the same work for 11 straight rounds. By the way, this is Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Pac fan, the money, you get it? Got this on like Etsy or some shit back in the day. All right, back into the ring. Oh, low shot there to the body by Lopez. That one might have been the rival, the great dick punch from Riddick Bowe versus Andrew Galata, but not quite. Lunging punch, completely off balance from Rodriguez. That shit was ugly. That looked like Roman Reigns' Superman punch almost. Left hand there from Rodriguez. Lopez lunges in and ties him up. We've got 1 minute and 17 seconds in round 11 here. The championship rounds on Showtime Championship Boxing. All right, he is right there in the corner, almost backed up into the post. Big right hand there from Rodriguez, just snaps it. I need Rodriguez to follow up, though, when he gets that. When he lands that right, whether it's a straight or a jab, he needs to follow. Again, that right is there for him all day long. If he would open up just a little bit, he might have this by KO, guys. But again, he's content to throw that right and just leave it be. Lopez isn't even fighting out of the corner at this point. Yeah, Lopez is considerably slowed down. He's planting his feet. He might be trying to look for a power punch in the last 10 seconds here, but he's not throwing much of anything. It makes you wonder why he's planting his feet. And that is it. Round 11 is in the books, ladies and gentlemen. And if Steve Farhood's card is any indicator, Rodriguez has this thing hand over fist, all 11 rounds. By God. I want to thank the few of you that have hung out with me tonight. We did this impromptu just for the hell of it. While I was killing time waiting for the ESPN stuff to start. So hope you've enjoyed it so far. I've enjoyed doing it. There's a shot of my living room. Yes, when I put this together, I did not realize, oh, that's right. I usually have like a background up or something so you don't have to see my dirty ass house. That's all right. We're doing punk rock style tonight. Okay. Last round of this IBF Bantamweight Championship fight. What is Lopez going to do to turn this around for him, to try to pull defeat try to get a victory from the jaws of defeat? Here we go. And he dances right into the corner. Yep, right along the ropes. At least you're consistent, Lopez. So Rodriguez has Lopez's timing, which after 12 rounds you would think he would. And he is able to just now fire off shots and pick at Lopez. And not enough to stop the fight, but yeah, Lopez sort of getting hit at will when Rodriguez decides he actually wants to throw something. That is now the second time I've seen Rodriguez go off balance. Let's get some footwork drills in there, buddy, next time you're in the gym. Oof. That right hand kind of overextended himself. Lopez easily walked away from it. Rodriguez is kind of walking Lopez down again. Snaps that neck back with that left hand. Left hook. Ties him up. That's one of the few things Lopez did really well in this fight, was he was never able to give Rodriguez a tremendous amount of momentum. Once Rodriguez would get something going, Lopez would stop him. Usually tie him up. All right, now we start to see Rodriguez. Oh, there it is. Rodriguez starting to open up a bit. Lopez got a little weak in the knees, backed into the ropes, and actually walloped Rodriguez back. And Rodriguez was able to shake it off. Last minute and 10 seconds left of round 12. Emmanuel Rodriguez versus Melvin Lopez. Last minute here. Last 60 seconds to dance, people. So, are we going to Brian Caraway this? Are we going to coast to victory? What's going to happen here, Rodriguez? Oh, yeah, baby. Body shot knockout, yo. There it is. Boom, boom with the left, and he drops him. Up. He got up, though. He beat the 10. And there's Rodriguez. Yeah, finish him. And we're done. Down goes Lopez a second time in round 12. Woo! He beats the count again. Rodriguez smells blood in the water. In July, we do shark shit. And Rodriguez, there it is. You wanted a KO. You got one, people. That is a third time he's actually, geez, you're going to count him. I thought that we were counting him out. How are they not stopping this at this point? No KO. Robbed, people. I just stopped it after that last one. Appreciate you, Mauricio. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Appreciate you very much. That was fun, though. Round 12. I love it. Round 12. We turned up the juice. We turned up the volume. We got ourselves a decent round here. Not quite the knockout that we wanted, but 3 knockdowns in the last round, round 12. I'll take it. All right. Obviously, Emmanuel Rodriguez won this fight. He is your new IBF bantamweight world champion. So, hey, did this off just for the hell of it, off the cuff, just for fun, while I was waiting for the ESPN fights to start. For those of you that came out in the chat, Mr. Jarek, Mr. Rich, appreciate you very much for hanging out. For those of you that just watch quietly, appreciate you all too. Please come back midnight-ish. We'll be doing the main event. Emmanuel Navarrete versus Oscar Valdez on ESPN. The ring walks are said to be around midnight-ish. We will be here. Thank you, sir. We will be here on YouTube. We'll also be on Twitch. I have a History of Boxing Facebook page, plus the Radulich and Broadcasting Network Facebook page, W2M Facebook page. And I'm Mark Radulich, LCSW on Facebook. So you can follow us any one of those places. Come back here. If you're tuning out for the night, if you're going to bed, if you're not going to check out the ESPN fight, we will try to do more of these in the future. We usually do them through StreamYard and broadcast everywhere. This is the first time I've ever played with the live function here on YouTube. But we also do 2 live podcasts a week. At least I do. Usually we review new movies. Damn You Hollywood. That's the new movie of the week review podcast. And then we review TV shows. We review old movies. We have a lot of fun. We actually just did our Metal Hammer Review Jukebox not that long ago, where we looked at the 35th anniversary of NWA Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton, yo. All right, that's it. I'm done playing around this punk rock show. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. See you in a little bit. Right back here through StreamYard for the Navarrete versus Valdez fight. Be well, be safe, and behave.